Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Emily Rose Saban, and today I have another special guest, and my guest this time is the second guy that we're having. And then he's actually the youngest in our team, and I'm so happy that even for a very short notice, Jacob said yes. And then so I would have Jacob introduce himself. But first of all, Jacob, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the privilege of your time, for agreeing that I can do an interview with you even for a very short notice. So, okay, Jacob,
Yeah,
introduce
you're
yourself.
welcome, Emily. I'm very glad to be here. Yeah, hi, I'm Jacob. So I'm a info services specialist at the library. I studied English in school. I'm the new guy, I guess. And yeah, I'm very pleased to be here.
Okay, and he's very, really good, and we love him so far.
Thank you.
Uh-oh, we should not say that. We don't want him to have a big head,
Right.
but he's really a good kid. So, anyway, Jacob, my question is, here it is. Okay, do you like to read?
Yeah, no, I really do love to read. I studied English in school, so kind of like reading a lot of books in school, but also before college as well, I read a lot, sci-fi and fantasy. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, so did you remember what age? I know that's we're going back so far, but so let's rewind. Do you remember what age did you start reading, if you can remember?
Yeah, so exact age, I'm not sure, but my parents have been reading. They've been reading to me since I was very young, probably like very young. But I can imagine, I can remember before bedtime and stuff, kind of. I don't know how much I remember like the picture books, but I know there were many.
Books
So.
that they read to you. So, do you remember any book in particular that you like your parents to read back to you over and over again, or?
Yeah, no, I think like as a kid, my favorite book was Oh, the Things You Can Think by Dr. Seuss. I don't know, it's just like a very just remember very colorful illustrations, and it's kind of just all these he kind of in the book just all these like most like fantastic like little scenarios you could think of. So it's a very beautiful book to look at, just a lot of fun. So yeah, I think I requested that one a lot.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss is one of the classics, and the one thing that I like about it is was the cat in a hat. And then even I remember with the movie on it, like anything can just come out in a hat that you can think of, like that. So, and were you the only one in the family who likes to read, or do you have a
Yeah.
sibling that reads with you?
Yeah, so I'm a twin, so my brother, we'd always, have our, when we were young, my parents would read to us both together, and he still really loves to read. And of course, my parents as well. My mom was a teacher, and she loves children's literature, and my dad as well. He's a big sci-fi person. Like, since I was very young, he was like starting me on his collection. So, yeah.
That's very nice
Yeah.
because you're into with your parents, and as you were growing up, you tend to go to that direction. So, what did you take a course when you went to school? You took what?
Oh, just like in general, like a
Yeah.
course. Oh, geez. Well, I was into, I guess we call it post-colonial literature. So it's basically just the literature of I guess like the former English colonies, so like South Africa and Nigeria, and that was kind of my focus. And there's a lot of really great literature coming from those areas. India as well. I love like Arundhati Roy and Salman Rushdie. So yeah, no, that's one of my favorites in school.
So, aside from growing up, kids have their superheroes. So, do you remember any superheroes that you like, and why did you like that superhero?
Yes, I think as like younger kid, I was very drawn to Batman. It was kind of like I had my thing. I love Batman. My brother loved Superman. And I think I don't know, just In terms of like superheroes, I'm not sure why exactly he appealed to me over more, but I think I just like bats are really cool and stuff. But as I got older, I think I started reading The Lord of the Rings, and I just really latched on and loved Frodo for The Lord of the Rings. I think I like that he's not like maybe your like most typical hero, but just that kind of theme of like remaining good through hardship and evil, and just having being kind to other people, and just his kind of resolve and tenacity, I think was really inspiring to me as a kid. I would actually carry. I loved that book so much. I would actually carry my collection of the Lord of the Rings around as a child. So,
Okay, I think the thing with Batman is that in the human perspective, he is a made superhero, and because he is rich, he can do like all this, suits and everything and the gadgets with
yes.
it. So it's actually the good that he does for people. And on the other hand, with your brother, I think we'll get along on this one. I love Superman. And the reason why I love Superman, because as they say, he's a man of steel, and then he can fly, he has everything. So that's the reason why I like Superman, but let's move along. So with Frodo Baggins, it's the thing of, it's a struggle between good and evil, and we always know that the good always win over evil, and kids always do good things no matter what. Good always prevail, and evil will just stay for a short time, but it will never last. So always be good to others and always do good. And so another thing I would like to ask you, when you were growing up, do you remember of any word or motto, a quote that you kind of go by?
Ooh, when I was growing up?
Yeah. Or even now.
That's just to say when I was growing up, I'd have to, but I mean now I definitely, and I think maybe this is something I could have done more when I was a kid, but I try and focus on just enjoying every moment and kind of taking each day, and just like, I mean, it's like kind of a cliche to say like appreciating like the smaller things in life, but like appreciating the smaller things, like enjoying every meal and like every interaction you have. And it's great to have dreams, and like I think that's wonderful too, but also keep in mind to reach those dreams, it's all about taking those small steps. So I think that's what I try and keep in mind.
Yeah, I don't think enjoying life or thinking one day at a time is a cliche. It's true because life is too short. Right now you're here, the next thing you're not here. Even the youngest or the healthiest person, you can see them now, and the next thing you know, they're gone. So it's really a good thing to say that enjoy, and that's still a good advice. So kids, enjoy your day, every day, but then at the same time, you have to study.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you can escape with anything. And another thing I would like to ask, did you picture yourself now you're a specialist, an information specialist, so just know he has a lot of information, especially in literature. So he's the master in literature.
Maybe we go that far.
Yeah. We can ask Jacob more about literature. So you guys, if you're interested or you wanted to take that course along the way, you can ask Jacob. So send in your questions, okay?
Yeah, feel free.
And also, so Jacob, going back to, did you picture yourself that you are gonna be this?
Yeah. So I would say I wouldn't have been, if I could go back in time and tell my younger self what I was doing. I don't think I would be surprised that I'd be in a library. I mean, I always loved books and reading, and I think it was always like one of like those things in the back of my mind, like, oh yeah, I went librarian. That sounds cool. I always like I think since like fifth grade I can remember having this project and I wanted to be a writer. But I think I love like the library. In a way, it's like a very I can definitely see how it became working in a library, because I mean you are so many books pass through your hands in a day, and it's just really a great way to learn about different books you never heard of, and just kind of be the person who's kind of for the community, like keeping it running, keeping everyone getting the books they want. So it very much like kind of, I feel like it's like similar values in like those two jobs. So it's a good fit.
Okay, so now if you were a writer, which one are you a writer? A kid's book or something adult or fiction?
That's a good question. I mean, I think I love to write like short. I've written like a number of like short non-fiction, so like sort of like kind of personal accounts. But I think too, like I'm wanting to try my hand at like a little novel or something at some point. I don't know. Who knows?
He'll be
we'll
a
see what
future
happens.
author and he'll sign books. Okay, so by then you guys are already grown up, and who knows, Jacob will make a tour and he'll sign his books for you guys. So anyway, Jacob, in closing, is there any encouragement you can give to the kids or words that they can live by? Like that.
No. So I mean, one thing I would say is, I mean, school, it can be a difficult time, but also just again trying to like savor those little moments and enjoy it as much as you can. And another thing, just I think it's a very like, I think you realize as you get older too, it's like a very mature thing you're doing, like going to school, and it does sometimes when you're learning, there's a degree of trust. So I guess what I would say is like trust the process, study hard, and kind of trust that it will pay off in the future. So like even if you're not seeing like the immediate results of your studying, for me it's like I really do feel like all the studying I did as a kid and later really did end up paying off. So I would say keep that in mind.
So kids, there it is. That's a good advice from Jacob. And then for now, we just wanted to say thank you for tuning in, and it will not be the last. So as the question comes in, we'll have Jacob answer them for you guys. And again, Jacob, thank you so much for your time. And then everyone, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you again next time. So for now, bye.
Bye.
Take care.